It's not how to make Pinot Noir that's the big challenge, it's where to make it. And if you get the where to make it wrong, it doesn't matter how good you are as a winemaker, you're not going to excite people. And Hamilton Russell excited people despite all the mistakes that were being made with the winemaking. One of the, I guess, proudest moments was, for me, I was tasting 5 decades in London in March 22 with an audience of 35. Masters of Wine, Jancis Robinson's team, she had COVID, she wasn't there personally. Decanter's team that wrote it up, Neil Martin, who's the critic for Venus, for Burgundy, and some other wine writers and critics, and all. And the analogy to me, I was quite nervous. We had 6 bottles of our 81, our first vintage, left, one of which had a price sticker of £6.40 something on it, which, you know, and it was a retailer in Johannesburg, sold it to someone in England, sold it to someone in South Africa. Eventually it found its way into a collection in England. A wine shop there got a hold of it and offered it back to us, and we bought it from them. Then we eventually air freighted it over for this tasting. And we went up to 2021, which was our current vintage at the time. And I was saying it was a bit like rolling out your old grandmother, who you love because she's your grandmother, and hoping everyone else is going to love her as much. And then also showing them your squalling newborn baby and hoping that they see all the potential in it that you do as a parent. And you know, old grandmothers an acquired taste, and newborn babies, some people, they're generally not the prettiest things. And that's, as a grandfather, I mean, I adore my granddaughter. But it worked, and Neil Martin gave our very first vintage of 4-year-old vines from a Swiss sparkling wine clone, smuggled in by my father. No, sorry, not smuggled in, that was a Chardonnay. It was BK5, which is like the Vardensville clone. It's all we had in the country, but all virused. We got our cuttings from Rustenburg. He gave it 94 out of 100, and it was 41 years old at the time, and he said, drink now to 2032, meaning expecting 50 years of life out of it. And he said, like Gevrey Chambertin, and I mean very good Gevrey Chambertin. And you know, he's very experienced in Burgundy. And because I'm not a kind of a hipster winemaker, he's not always naturally predisposed towards us and our wines. He does like the young generation of you know, winemakers quite a lot. So the point I'm making is great Pinot made in great sites in South Africa is really up there with some of the great New World Pinots in the world.